And to get there, we had to drive our truck and trailer on a ferry.
And
then go.
This is Melissa and Jon LeBars, the sweet, funny, tenacious couple behind the Punch House.
It has this really feminine quality to it. So like rose and maybe some raspberry on the nose.
We've got Rogue Valley Pinot Noir, Willamette Valley Pinot, and then we're also doing a GSM this year. So we have some Grenache.
Sounds like they've been slinging and talking about wine for decades, right? Nope. They'll tell you, it wasn't a thing growing up. In fact, neither Jon nor Melissa drank when they met.
we were, in our 20s, and I managed an ice cream shop, and he worked at the coffee shop next door, and he would come and buy ice cream from me every day, and then he'd come back and buy more toppings in the same day. So it was a really cute over ice cream kind of meeting.
Smooth, Jon.
I know.
It worked. It worked.
It did work.
They connected over music, big dreams, and eventually wine.
We'd always wanted to do something, own our own business. We'd always wanted to do something great and amazing. And so wine was on our minds. And then going to school, going to wineries and seeing how everybody did it. And we just wanted to do that. We
literally started this as just avid wine tasters. And you can't help but just start dreaming. And we just fell in love with how amazing it is. Like the never ending subject of wine. Like as soon as you think you know everything, like you can just keep diving again. Started with like carboys at our place. Our first legal vintage, licensed and bonded vintage, was 17. It was like one barrel. The bin barely fit through the door of this cute little A-frame outbuilding on our last property. I mean, that was round one, right? And so we've just like pushed to double every year. It's just the two of us. I mean, we have really awesome helpers for events, but we're doing everything. And so we just double as we can. And last year we sold out of all of our wine except for one vintage.
Jon worked at several wineries behind the scenes in front of the house, learning what to do, but he says more importantly, learning what not to do. He says some of the best schooling was in the Rogue Valley at Crisell Cellars.
I kind of sought out Crisell because I liked their wine and I wanted to make really high quality wine. And so what better way than to work with somebody who does that? I always liken it to the movies. If I wanted to go make a movie, I would go work for Spielberg or Lucas or something like that.
They both say they learned a lot from other wineries and tasting rooms and were excited to put their own spin on their own space, which turned out to be this property, discovered 3 years ago during a crazy housing market where they had about a week to think it over and make an offer before anyone else could.
I feel like it was serendipitous that's how it worked out. It was definitely rough when we got it. We've done a lot. We still have so many more dreams to bring to life here. It's breathtaking up here, and I feel like you literally are just driving up and out of the fray, right? You're just coming up onto the hill and you take a deep breath and just like, oh, this is beautiful.
Jon makes the wine right on site and buys fruit from across Oregon. Pinot Noir from the Willamette and Rogue Valleys, Sauvignon Blanc, Syrah, Grenache. There's just one rule.
Yeah, so it has to be French because we're French, so we use French varietals and we use French oak barrels and we just do it in a really like simple way.
That theme rolls over to the name you'll find on their labels.
Punch is like another word for juice, and if we do everything correctly, that juice turns into wine. And in a lot of French places, you'll see like champagne houses, Chardonnay houses. So yeah, just kind of stuck. And we didn't want the Punch House to be about us. We kind of just want the Punch House to be like this idea that you can come and have this nice experience and good wine, and it's not connected to somebody.
They make less than 1,000 cases a year, each year continuing to grow, although they don't want to make a lot of wine. Quality matters more here than quantity.
And it's really just like the respect of the things that you're using, the grapes, the places you get them from, the people, and also we respect the people that we make wine for.
And after a 15-minute or so interview, that's what it all comes down to, the people.
We love it. Everybody that comes up our driveway, they're like our little people, and we just take care of them. They come sit down, we serve them, If they get up to go get their next tasting, we feel like we've failed because we just want to serve everybody.
And it's so fun hearing a deck full of people just like laughing and having a great time. It's like super heartwarming. It's like the whole point. So it's working.
Okay, 2023 Rosé of Grenache. Really light color.